yes, this intro has come on offline. Give me a second. Hello? There we go. Meh. Okay, so good evening, guys. This is live from Nath shack, and this happens in my shack, as the name probably suggests. You're seeing it right now on the bottom here. This is the live stream of PlayStation, the State of Play, which starts in 15 minutes from now. So we do have a little bit of time to spare on this one. And yeah, what can I say about the State of Play that's going to occur? You know that the State of Play on PlayStation is kind of I'm gonna put some music, you know, on the meantime. Voila. So yeah, the State of Play on PlayStation side is kind of like, you know, the whole Nintendo Direct, but PlayStation. I think that's all I need to say about that. Well, we have quite a little bit of time before it begins, so let's put in the decor. Weather hasn't been great lately. Like, to be fair, if we look at my weather forecast, hang on. Let's look at the weather forecast. Funny enough, it's gotten quite better. From what I've seen beforehand, the entirety of the following 10 days were like rainy and all of that. But it seems to have improved since then, so I guess this is all fine. Voila, it's going to stay here. It's going to be very good. So yeah, the State of Play, you know, that PlayStation event that happens from time to time, just like the Nintendo Direct, which is standing right here right now, and now it's big. So yeah, as you can see, 13 minutes and 45 seconds, we do have a little bit of time to spare. So, in the meantime, I'm gonna be checking that the sounds are okay. We have sound, good. So yeah, there we go, my device is ready. So yeah, oh, there is music actually. Yeah, that lofi ambience, you know. Speaking of that, just a few days ago, we finally got to play the PlayStation 5 for the first time. Well, for me, I'm not really going to realize that because it has been installed like at the family's house. So, as you can probably see, I'm in my own shack right now. So, yeah, I didn't have my PS5, I only have my PS4 here. That's not the worst thing that happened. I could have been left with no PlayStation. So at least I have that. But yeah, like the next step is essentially getting one for myself. Let me do a mic test. Okay, good. So, in the meantime, how's been your day? If someone is on the chat, how's been your day? Like, don't hesitate to comment on that one, because like, there is a chat. That's the whole point of that. Oh, by the way, I almost forgot, mates. I finally got a true internet connection here. Well, true quote, so to speak. But up until that point, for the entire year, I relied on my mobile 4G and later 5G to get internet on here. So this worked great at the beginning. The problem is that I ended up using so much data that 2 weeks was enough to blow up my plan. So that's what I've decided to do in the last 2 weeks. I actually got a 5G subscription plan, but like a home 5G. So like the water is just above, you can see it right now, but it's just above for best reception possible. And yeah, it works pretty great. Like I have 500 megabits. Even my home free fiber doesn't do that. So we can already say that this is kind of an improvement. Like what? Sometimes we can clearly say it. Merci free. Oh, and as you can probably see, there was a little bit of change on the streams. Like as you can probably see, like the branding is getting changed. As you can probably know beforehand, like the status bar was way too big, like chunk. So that's what I've done here. I've made it smaller and have all of the details over here. So all of the remaining space can be used for the camera and the game. So the camera is big right now because it's my because I'm on my camera scene. But if I'm showing it like that, that's just because of the state of play that's going to happen in just 10 minutes from now. Speaking of that, 52, I think I'm a bit late on the video. Voila. There we go, that's a little better. Even though, if I see what's shown on their timer, no, it's not going to begin at 11 o'clock. Anyway, I'm asking a question for you if you're watching my content. Would you be interested in like console repairs? Because I've got this 2DS for wheelship, and it turns out it's absolutely broke. Like actually broke, so to speak. Like as you can see, it turns on no firmware, by the way. But the problem is that the touchscreen is a mess. It's absolutely a mess. Let me get a stylus. For you to understand how messed up it is. I'm gonna have to fire up a software that let me use the touchscreen extensively. Too bad there isn't any drawing. Oh, never mind. Game notes, right? Been using this console for like 12 years, like the 3DS family, and yet I don't know if there is game notes on this thing. Like if I draw on it, look. Are you kidding me? That's when I'm trying to show you that it's broke, that it's working properly. Oh, there we go. There we go. Hang on, let me just erase. There we go. On the bottom at least. Look, it's going to work alright. And then suddenly, if I tilt it a little bit, it's going to crap out completely. Like, digitize on this thing is effed. And I don't know why each time I'm out in on the bottom, like, yeah, calibration doesn't work. It's when I'm showing to you, it's working. And then I'm gonna be pretty sure that when I'm going to try to do it on my side, it's going to, oh yeah, there we go. Oh, first of all, like the calibration is effed up. But yeah, like on the home menu, this is where it really shows. Oh, this is a joke. I've had nothing but problems on the digitizer of this 2DS for the last few days of testing, and that's when I actually show it to you that it's just doing it fine, but only when showing. When I get the console back into its original position, it starts to, yeah, there we go. Well, I can't really show it to you, but like clearly this console's digitizer have seen better days. So I just wanted to know if any of you were interested in seeing console repairs on this channel. This is a question that will affect my content, so ask wisely. And speaking of that, whatever I show it or not, I'm going to fix it anyway, so I guess I'll do it. This will make more content. Anyway, we are like 5 minutes from the launch of the stream. And as you can probably see, they're running late on their schedule. Because normally this was going to be at 11. But it's not going to be 11, seeing the countdown. We'll just get you some music ready. Voila. Otherwise, hearing me and not having any music really feels weird on my streams, because it's always accompanied by audio. Oh, and yeah, one detail you probably don't notice is that when I got this console, it was filthy as heck. Like, it still shows its filth, like at some places, but it was really disgusting. Imagine me touching this system. It's working while I'm doing it, so maybe it's just because like the digitizer needed some waking up. But before I decide to fixing it, I'm going to do like extensive testing, because maybe there's nothing wrong, and maybe it's just long lack of use that absolutely broke the thing. They just needs to wake up from its coma, you know. In 2 minutes and 30 seconds, we are into the stream. So let's it's almost time, mate. Time to see what the Japanese have in stock for us. No, I can't replicate the problem. Yep, that's pretty funny. Oh, and the other problem is that, of course, with a console that old, the battery is starting to get very weak. But that's kind of like, that's expectable for a console of this age. But yeah, I think it was if I do recall, it was manufactured in 2017. A bit after the release of Nintendo Switch. And like you know that Nintendo was very fond of the DS, especially like in the 3DS, especially due to their high still selling rates, like 80 millions of the 3DS family. Of course, they will continue making hardware, but like the new 2DS XL came out after the Switch. Call that a coincidence, mates. Alright, so I'm gonna have to let this console aside for now. Voila. Because the state of play is just around the corner. Hang on, it's a bit loud. There we go. So now we'll be able to see what Sony announced for us. In 20 seconds, mates. You know, like Nintendo Directs, like State of Plays. This is the kind of event that actually draws the line for any future releases on the console. Besides the last few Nintendo Directs that weren't very exciting. Like, I expect Sony to do a little bit more. Wait, pending to matter. PS5 developer kit, good to know. Imagine if we were doing this in retail.
Every time the sun dies.
Is it from software? Is it from software? Seeing like the
Scan for Soltari signals.
Signal corrupted. Approximating.
No. The UI is all but
The Ridge.
Confirmed.
You better stay out of my way.
Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm Gregory Loudon, Creative Director at Housemarque. Today we are thrilled to show off this first look of gameplay for Saros running on PS5. Saros builds on Returnal's award-winning action and tells the emotional and
so it seems to be like an exclusive then.
answers on the shape-shifting planet of Carcosa.
Not a game for someone that is slow at video games. I'm telling you.
One, you can defend yourself and absorb projectiles.
But considering what the dev said, I think it's a roguelike.
Using projectiles, you can now hit back hard using your power weapon. By holding the adaptive trigger on L2, you'll be able to destroy enemies using Eclipse-driven weaponry.
Soltari holocache detected.
Mark it on the map.
Here is a Soltari hololog, where you can learn more about lost Carcosa.
I'll try to forget.
Hold on for me. I will find you. I promise.
Though the game, what can I say? It's full of action. I don't think there is any second of time. You time out for 1 second and you're getting like obliterated. Yikes.
This is second
Ah.
chance, which can be revived on first death to get straight back into the action. Second chance is part of our permanent progression systems, which means you will always come back stronger.
Interesting. So yeah, it's a roguelike. Black side order, lol.
The sun is forever.
We hope you
In
like
theory,
that
no.
specific gameplay.
In 5 billion years,
More on our mysterious and moving story and our amazing ensemble cast of NPCs in the coming months. Next year is when you'll be able to play Saros on PS5 and enhanced for PS5 Pro. Thanks for watching. We can't wait to share more from all of the team working
Interesting.
on Saros.
what else? I guess it's just the beginning of the stream. They said 35 minutes about. So we still have roughly 30 minutes to go. March 20th, 2026. At least compared to Nintendo, they give actual release dates.
You actually want to deploy her? You cannot be serious.
Cascade is one of our most highly trained operants.
She's been shelved for 5 years. The parties marked her as a failure.
Don't have to do it.
It's weird to see, like, tom-time video games nowadays.
I thought they'd all been ripped to shreds.
Nowadays, like, the big thing nowadays is like full 3D, things all of that. So when you see like top-down games like this, it's
Butchers it like
kind of a throwback.
What we always do. Throw more assets at the problem. We have plenty more.
I guess. She's a pathetic, fragile embarrassment. And her methods are so unhinged.
But they get results, no?
Long-range missiles get results.
Show a little faith. We're at the end of history. Everything that could go wrong already has.
$2026. Are they going to do a Rockstar? That's very strange. I see no Boeings on here. And there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the console wars is coming to an end. Microsoft Flight Simulator, PlayStation. Two things that just a few months ago would have been improbable. But now this is true. We indeed have Xbox games on PlayStation and the other way around.
East side. Moving right to left. I got 3 west side. Frame shoot. On the T of execute. 3, 2, 1. Execute.
Oh yeah, Battlefield. I'm not interested into that. Let me just make the clip of what I've said just beforehand.
2 gone.
Dagger, this is Pax's ballsiest play yet.
If they succeed, they will have secured the most strategic rock in the history of warfare. Want to help our friends take back this rock?
You're playing a dangerous game, no doubt about it. Wouldn't be Dagger without insurmountable odds.
The whole world's gonna look different now. Just takes a little shake of perspective.
Gotta love a challenge.
Stand by for re-attack call.
Line them up! We gotta move! Woo! Hold on!
Kincaid will pay for this.
But we don't know how high it goes.
You trying to start a war with the CIA?
That is not the fucking question!
This is it. I know what I gotta do.
Hey everyone, I'm Sean Benson.
And I'm Sid Schumann. Sean and I are back to share news and release dates for games coming to PS5.
But first, thanks to EA and Battlefield Studios for that new look at the single-player campaign for Battlefield 6. It launches October 10th on PS5.
Now, let's celebrate one of my favorites.
I'm not missing about Battlefield, unfortunately, so I'm gonna pass out on this one.
Deus Ex returns. This PS5 remaster is a collaboration between Eidos Montreal and Aspyr, the studio behind remastered classics like Tomb Raider and Soul Reaver.
On its way back to the people. And you can't do a damn thing about it.
You play as JC Denton,
Don't tell me you're going to wear your
an augmented operative working to uncover the truth.
Vision is augmented.
This new version adds enhanced visuals, overhauled controls, and support for key PS5 features like haptic feedback.
I love the fact that even though they improve graphics, they've done all of the necessary to keep the in-game experience just as it was back then.
Deus Ex Remastered arrives on PS5 early next
But like, this is the first. This is the first Deus Ex.
Halloween.
Came out so long ago that people pretty much forgot it existed.
Death comes to Haddonfield in Halloween the Game, a tribute to the John Carpenter.
And then it comes to Friends and it's renamed to Christmas the Game and all the horror game is removed.
Sandbox where you can play as a civilian survivor or Michael Myers himself. In each game, it's up to you as survivors to save these hapless townfolk or to hunt them down as Michael Myers. He possesses unique abilities like shape jump, allowing him to move around the map unseen and pop out where you'd least expect him. Playing as a civilian, it's up to you to lead townsfolk to safety, find a phone, and call the police for help. Civilians can also scavenge for gear and weapons to help them survive when they inevitably cross paths with the unstoppable Michael Myers. Become the boogeyman or protect his victims when Halloween the Game.
I love how you really this game
26.
is really going along with everyone. You can play as the good guy or the bad guy.
First, their hit action RPG Last
Not
Epoch is a
every day that you can do that.
This celebrated dungeon crawler is known for its extensive skill customization, deep and rewarding loot system, and massive time-traveling world. You'll battle through the past, taking down gods and toppling cursed empires to save the world from its ruined future. As for that second announcement,
That's pretty beautiful. Just for an announcement, you know.
Last Epoch's first major expansion, Orobis, will arrive at the same time as the upcoming PS5 release.
No. We're doing a Nintendo, mate! The game is going to have a DLC on day one!
Origin is an open-world RPG based on the beloved Japanese series, offering a vast single-player campaign and multiplayer areas where cooperation and exploration go hand in hand. Follow in the footsteps of Tristan, the Prince of Britannia, and play an original story you can experience only in the game. Capture creatures.
That's pretty good for some people that like, you know,
Your own meals.
that old thing called region lock has not only disappeared, but Japanese games tends to come out in our place as well now.
In a multiverse that
Imagine saying that to someone like 20 years ago, would have went, that's impossible. This is 2025. You can play Japanese game with no hassle.
venture out alone or with friends when the 7 Deadly Sins Origin arrives on January 28th.
Ah, yeah, we've heard of this game for quite a while. Sonic Racing Quest World, which was rated 1 point better than Mario Kart World.
Join the lineup as part of the Mega Man DLC pack that arrives early next year.
Okay, they announced the DLC, but it's not like the other, like, you know, game, because it's not going to release at the same time of the game.
Of Dr. Wily's castle from the Mega Man series.
Let's just hope that they aren't going to have like 10,000, you know, things.
Adventures. The Mega Man DLC pack comes to PS5 next year as part of the Season Pass and Digital Deluxe Edition. The early unlock period is already underway, so Digital Deluxe Edition owners can get into Sonic Racing Cross Worlds right now.
Up next, 2 announcements from Koei Tecmo Games, including a release date for Neo 3.
KT are the ones that are making the Hyrule Warriors games, for those who are wondering.
Who will be Shogun?
Kurimatsu, why? You'll never understand what it means!
I am Himiko. On my honor as queen, I shall defeat Kiriko.
My timeless friend, I trust you. Nothing will stop me from becoming Shogun.
So long as this dark radiance exists, my fights will continue.
To rule, one must prove their might.
Yeah, a game about time travels, mate. You know how it's going to end most of the times.
To become Shogun that badly.
Maybe you don't want it enough. What makes a Shogun anyway?
Takachio! Strength and superiority are what make a Shogun, and I have both!
Strength alone is not enough to end this war.
That's a game that's going to be a bit complicated. So on February 6th, still a little bit of time to before it arrives, but less time than many of the Nintendo Switch 2 games. And there we go, voila. You really see that vibe now. That's the thing that KT is known for. They're known for the warriors. In any substance possible. It's going to come at the end of March. Mid, actually.
Another world snuffed from existence.
Our focus, our true objective
Bandai.
is to save this world, our
current world.
Yeah, that's pretty much like the plot of many games nowadays. You must save the world!
With history is strictly forbidden.
It's time I faced my past. Let's go. Today, you'll pay your dues!
The earliest 2026 release so far.
Back in June, we debuted Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles, right here on State of Play.
Today, we're joined by the game's director, followed by news from other special guests who are joining us just as Tokyo Game Show kicks off in Japan.
皆さんこんにちは。
That's weird to know that, like, you know, live conferences like the ones we seen just 5 years ago completely, well, at least almost completely disappeared, followed by the demise of the E3. Like, there is only one event of this kind remaining, and it's the Gamescom.
我々もワクワクしています。フルボイスや難易度調整などファンの方はもちろんこれまで遊んだことがないプレイヤーの方にも快適に遊んでいただけるように様々な工夫を行いました。
Do not feign concern for me. I see your words for what they are.
どなたでも楽しんでいただける内容となっておりますので、ぜひ遊んでみてください。それでは発売をお楽しみに。
Oh, it's very soon actually. It's in 6 days. Well, 5. Therefore, due to the late time.
アンクルさん、いよいよ発表できる時が来ました。タイトル名はレッド・イット・ダイ・インフェルノです。
なるほど。ということはレッド・イット・ダイの正当後継作品ってことですね。
はい。開発チーム頑張ってます。このゲームは近接アクションとローグライトを軸に PVPVE の仕組みを取り入れたいわばエクストラクションアクションゲームとなっています。プレイヤーは地獄門と呼ばれる巨大な穴を探索するレイダーとなり、たくさんの恐ろしい怪物や他のプレイヤーのレイダーが入り乱れているフィールドを探索し、踏破を目指します。
今度は地獄なんですね。
はい。探索で手に入れたアイテムを持ち帰るため、無事生還したいところですが、死亡すると全てロストしてしまいます。所持品だけではなく、キャラクターのボディすらロストします。
相変わらず理不尽だね。
はい。レイダーたちは探索とボディの入れ替えを何度も何度も繰り返し、一番強い自分を作り上げてどこまで潜れるかを競うのが醍醐味となっています。
But do you need an internet connection to play?
新たな面白さを感じてもらえると嬉しいです。
This is a question that I always ask since that Ubisoft bullcrap. In 3 months? Well, 2 and 1 week. Around. Oh, It's magic! Torima. Oh wow. Like, if you play this game, at least from what I see, you're going to have to get used to those kind of decors. Considering I struggled to see them.
デスクワークスディレクターの藤井智です。
集英社ゲームズプロデューサーの山本です。
完全新作クロノスクリプトエンドレスエンド、世界初公開映像いかがでしたでしょうか。本作は洋館を訪れた編集者が終わらない物語が描かれた原稿用紙にとらわれてしまい、そこから脱出をするという探索型 2D アクションアドベンチャーゲームとなります。
手書きのペン画というアートスタイルをベースに奥の深いダークファンタジーとして皆さんにお届けできる予定です。終わらない物語がテーマですが、開発はしっかりと終わらせます。
クロノスクリプトエンドレスエンドは2026年発売予定です。さらなる続報をお楽しみに。
The state
Citizens of Pywell.
Hello?
Today, a new
Don't plug my mic like an idiot.
shall be written by our own hand.
We fight those who wield power to
Pearl Abyss, I guess it was the dev? The studio?
That is what it means to be a Greymane. The time has come to do what we believe to be right. Cliff, seek out your Greymane comrades. Uncover the truth that lies within. And let your heart speak without fear.
In the end, all will come together as one. We fight for the future of all. Sound the horn of our final battle. Fight! Fight for Pywell!
Your fight is not for revenge, nor glory, nor pride.
This is your
Remember who you are, and let it guide your path. For at the end of it, you will find the answers you seek.
Many games with like a set release date, and after that they get delayed. Actually, maybe not. So now Sony are making like speakers, but that's very strange. Like they're not used to do such things. But sarcasm. Like Walkmans, old things like that. They were in the audio, like, you know, world way before the PlayStation was even a blink in the eye of Nintendo. Like, PlayStation State of Play, accessory for computers. Well, it works on PS5, that's also because of that. That's interesting to know for people having the PS5 in white. That means almost everyone.
Hi everyone, I'm
Elston.
And I'm Kristen Zatani.
That was your first look at the Pulse Elevate wireless speakers, which bring the PlayStation audio and chat experience to your desktop with planar magnetic drivers and PlayStation Link wireless technology. Visit PlayStation blog for even more details.
Now, let's check in on what's next for PlayStation Plus. Up first,
No release date.
monthly games lineup. The creepy and captivating Alan Wake 2 arrives just in time
That's
for the
good.
season. With Goat Simulator 3,
Always claim your like essential games,
PlayStation Plus Essential members on October 7th.
because you can play them like whatever you want afterwards as long as you have a subscription. But also considers games that aren't even in the other catalogs. So if you see something in the essential games, in fact, even if you're not really interested, just get it anyway. We might appreciate it after on.
For PS5 members, this includes The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered.
Okay, from Friday, Last of Us 2 on the PlayStation 5 and on PlayStation 2, the original version. Can you actually migrate the saves?
Is extra exciting for fans of fighting games and the number 3. Tekken 3 from the original PlayStation and Soul Calibur 3 from the PS2 are coming to the service later this year.
Also arriving this year, another all-time classic from the PS2, Tomb Raider Anniversary.
Was it as good as the first one?
Creator behind one of PlayStation's most iconic franchises.
Of course. What did you expect?
皆さんこんにちは。グランツーリスモシリーズプロデューサー山内和則。
That's kinda like the big PlayStation racing game. I couldn't go without it.
大変嬉しく思います。
What update?
2025年の6月25日に、なんとグランツーリスモの、累計
Oh, neato!
1億本を超えたそうです。1億本です。この1億本を超えるってすごいことだなって。
Yeah, it's when like the PlayStation as a whole sold more than 5,000. No, 5,000. Yeah, 500,000 units. Imagine the number of people, like a few 100,000 people downloading the update at once. I hope the PlayStation servers are sturdy enough. Don't like Epic.
それ以外の様々なゲームフィーチャーの大きなアップデートを予定しています。皆さんのおかげで、30年かけてグランツーリスモは1億本を達成しました。本当にありがとうございます。
You're welcome, mate. I love Gran Turismo 2 on the PlayStation 1. That's a controller. It's a Kratos controller.
Been fighting longer than I can remember.
Wolverine. I think it's that. Call me if I'm wrong. But Marvel, yeah. Yeah.
I'd like to say I'm not a violent man. That trouble just has a way of finding me. But I'd be lying. Doesn't matter where I go. How far I run.
So yeah, like PlayStation also got Marvel games. Like Insomniac is the PlayStation studios after also.
Just not for me.
That's pretty useful to cut bread. Like, you have knives coming out of your fingers.
Because I ain't no hero. I'm Wolverine.
Wolverine. In the French. It's going to take a while to release. And I think we're pretty much done. Oh, maybe not. One last.
The question that comes up a lot to us at Insomniac Games is, are you going to make a Wolverine game that is as violent, as visceral as the character in the comics? Working with Wolverine is interesting because part of the root to who he is that he's an unreliable narrator. He has gaps in his memory. So Wolverine doesn't really remember a lot of his life, and that's got to be an extremely frustrating aspect.
I don't know, right? Imagine like you're 30 years old and you don't know anything you've done beforehand.
When we're casting for someone like
You will turn crazy.
what we're looking for in character traits are someone who can convey a lot with very little being spoken.
When you have that first moment that we show in gameplay, there's so much emotion that you can feel behind his eyes. He looks relentless, he looks gritty, he looks angry, but also he looks maybe a little sad.
That level of acting and being able to just deliver that performance with believability across both spectrums was something Insomniac, ourselves, we all agreed he's the one. We don't need to see anybody else.
Hey, I'm Liam McIntyre, and I play James Logan Howlett in Marvel's Wolverine. That's not bad. That one sort of works. Fans out there know
I'm getting behind, but it's not bad.
My job is to try and find the essence of who Wolverine is, especially as he applies to our story. People hurt him, people take from him, people betray him. He still fights for people who can't fight for themselves. It's one of the greatest honors of my life, one of the biggest responsibilities I've ever had, and one of the coolest things I've ever got to do.
The entire game is built around staying true to the Wolverine experience.
And then how do we want to put our Insomniac stamp on that?
Disgusting, it's a Windows!
But still give something new and
Bro, PlayStation 5 is Linux. Why can't you develop on Linux instead of Windows?
You could see it in the trailer. You can see pores. You can see blood in between the little lines of his teeth. I love the attention to detail.
It's exciting that we're going to be able to bring that kind of fidelity to players.
Wolverine is a character who goes to many places through the comics.
You'll see the Canadian wilderness, you'll see Japan.
There's a shot where Logan is sliding down that rooftop and you can see the breadth of Madripoor and Lowtown.
It's always nice teasing the depth and the amount of characters that we'll be seeing in the game. Omega Red makes an appearance, Mystique is there, and there are some hints to other characters that fans of Wolverine will recognize for sure.
Another visual
Might still take a little bit of time to release though.
is the blood. The blood tech that was put into this game is pretty phenomenal.
There's a part in the trailer where Logan jumps down and then he does the claws up through the face. That one I thought maybe was going to be taking it too far, but I am so glad that we have it. It looks fantastic.
Wolverine's combat, making that special, making that feel like him, making it feel different to anything else you've played, that's a tough job. What's so cool for me is there was this one section of the game I got to try. It was just visceral and immediate and so incredibly satisfying, and I was like, this is gonna be amazing.
We're pretty excited about the artwork that we're using on the cover. It's dynamic, it's rough-edged.
You notice it doesn't look like our past games. It has a sense of urgency and forward movement and rage and fury, and that's Wolverine.
One of the cool things about Insomniac is they are probably the most collaborative group of people I have ever worked with. They make you feel part of their team. That's not something you always get.
We've been in a creative collaboration with Insomniac
No
and
life.
PlayStation for over a decade now. We've made some of the greatest superhero games of all time, and that was always the goal.
Yep.
Making games that are timeless.
I think fans are going to be excited, but I'm also really excited.
Was there an apple on the back? Was it why they censored it?
Best Wolverine game ever.
On behalf of everyone at Insomniac Games and the Wolverine team especially, we want to thank you for taking time to watch our trailer. We can't wait to show you more in spring of 2026.
So yeah, still a little bit of time to wait for people that are interested in this game. So yeah, not before the fall. You know. So yeah, what can we say about this state of play? Well, first of all, yeah, controller, hardware. Weird for Sony to release audio hardware. It's not like they were doing that for the last forever, you know. The many Sony stuff, very interesting. And most of all, games, you know, there was a lot of games on it, which aren't releasing right now. Besides one, which is releasing in just 5 days from now. But yeah, like this Microsoft Flight Simulator on the PlayStation. This seems unreal, but it is. There we go. I'm gonna put on the screen. Yeah, David. What? That makes no sense. To me, which has been living through the entire, like, Cold War between the consoles, and then suddenly, like, they, in just a matter of a few months, they've gotten clear, like, close, and release games for both, like, Flight Simulator 2024 on the PS5, and like there was Destiny on the Xbox, there was Forza Horizon on the PlayStation. Like, it's really like they're trying to unify the gaming library, because maybe Microsoft doesn't actually want to work on that anymore. You know, that's much deal that they actually got into the cloud gaming service thing. And that Xbox aren't really selling well. So could we expect them to retire as a gaming hardware thing? You know, just like Sega? This could happen. So that's why they're releasing their games on PS5. They want everyone to be able of accessing it. Well, besides those scale Nintendo Switch 2 users, which have outdated components, even though it's the most latest consoles. I know that what I'm just saying doesn't make any sense, but but yeah, like between a game that looks like a roguelike, a mobile game, some third-party titles, and Battlefield. What can I say about that? Like, this was pretty full. And I'm gonna be honest with you, a bit more interesting than what the last Nintendo Direct was. Hang on, actually, let me get an image of that. Let me switch on my phone. Up, there we go. Shut up, YouTube. I'm gonna try to find the info about the last Nintendo Direct, just so you can understand why it was very, like, pretty much underwhelming. There you go. It's in French, but you don't really need to know how to the translation to understand. Yeah, so the biggest thing is a movie, okay? The second thing is a Super Mario Galaxy plus Super Mario Galaxy 2 bundle for $70. Like, mate, I don't think the game was even that expensive when it released in the first place at that time. And by what we've seen in the trailers, the game actually looks worse on a Nintendo Switch than on a Wii. A Switch is 720p, a Wii is 240, 480 max. So it's weird to think it actually was like it looks worse on a new gen console. Oh, and did I mention there is no Switch 2 edition on this one? No? Well, now you know. There we go, Mario Tennis Fever 2026. Nintendo Switch edition of a game, so Nintendo Switch plus a few things. 2026. There is just like Metroid Prime 4, which is finally getting out. Which will come out in December. But all of the next games on the list are only like releasing, or well, almost all of them are like releasing in 2026. So basically, like, yeah, most of the games over here, most of the content of a direct is out of scope for at least a few months. And some of them not even being available for the latest console. And then there is all of that playable today. Donkey Kong Bonanza. Yes. Oh yeah, that's good. Yes, you saw that right. A DLC for a game that came out 1 month ago. I was very fast in that, but I think the biggest was maybe for like Pokemon Legends things, with a DLC coming out the day of the release of the game. I don't know why they are doing that. But then, yeah, most of the good surprises of the Direct were actually third-party titles. Like all of the others are like, yeah, maybe. Besides Metroid Prime 4, which we were waiting for, well, 18 years. Which is about time it comes out. And like, yeah, if we look at today's state of play in terms of PlayStation and that, there is clearly one that beats the shit out of them, and it's clearly not the Nintendo Direct. Like, me. What else can I say? More like first-party games that are coming. Okay, about the same waiting time than for the Nintendo Switch 2 games. And the only difference is that the PlayStation 5 came out 5 years ago, while right now, in terms of first-party Nintendo Switch 2 games, there is whopping 3. Like Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Dragon Drive. Other than that, it's either Nintendo Switch games that were turned into Switch 2 games, or, well, a Nintendo Switch games. Yeah, basically, your state of play is the winner. I don't have much to say right now about that. I just want to say that for the following stream, the following stream is going to be on Saturday, for the Saturday night. It will carry on some of the UI changes on the bottom, but it's not going to be entirely different. Like, I'm still going to need a few weeks to work that out, of course. I just wanted to say that, well, this is it. On Friday, I'm doing the final exams of my my school year. So I just hope it's going to turn out great. But it's going to turn out great because I know myself. I know I'm going to succeed in it. So yeah, I just hope it's going to go very smoothly. But I'm going to have no roadblock in my road. Well, no roadblocks in my road. I don't think the last few words were actually useful in my thing, but I said it. It's a bit too late to change my, my words. Anyway, I'm gonna go to sleep now. Well, actually, no. I'm gonna finish preparing for my final exams because even if there is tomorrow, I'd rather like advance on my project as much as I can. And then, yeah, it should be pretty much better when we reach like that weekend. Because the burden of, you know, the final exams is going to be gone. So, yeah. I just hope it's going to be good very quick. Well, that's it. I'm getting it up here. See you on Saturday, 10 p.m. Or 9 actually. I'll keep you informed on Discord, which the link is just below if you're interested. So I don't know what we're going to play, but I'll know soon enough, and when I'll know soon enough, I'll tell you soon enough. Thank you, and good night.